Good afternoon.
Good
My name is
afternoon.
Margarida. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm here to interview you for the night auditor position. And if you have any questions between the process, just let me know, okay?
Sure, thank you.
To start, can you tell me what is your biggest achievement?
Well, my biggest achievement was to go abroad to study in US for 1 year, and I didn't have any knowledge of English, so it was something that really was a real challenge for me.
What about your weaknesses and strengths? Can you
Well-
give me one example, please?
Yes. In terms of weaknesses, I like to work in organized places. So when I have a situation where I have a lot of messy things, I just clean them up and well start working. And in terms of strengths, I'm a very hard worker, organized, and a passionate person when I'm performing my duties.
Very good. If you had to explain your philosophy of life or your values, could you describe it to me?
Yeah, I'm a person that is very hard worker. I always like to help others and to be a good listener, and that gives me the ability to improve myself and to help also the other persons.
Very good. And why do you think would be the right person to this position?
Well, I'm a very passionate person, and I love these fields of work, the hospitality, the connection with people, and in my case, the numbers too. So that is something that I really like to do, and it's the combination of two worlds for me that are very good.
Very good. So I can see in your curriculum, and as you mentioned before, you went to US abroad. How did that experience enrich your personal skills?
First of all, when I was abroad, like I mentioned before, I didn't have any knowledge of English, so it was a huge challenge, and for me, it's really enriched myself and this ability to learn a new language, new culture, and make me a very open-minded person. So that was something very, very good for me.
Very good. I'm impressed. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would like to work in this company, and this is a company that I really like. So I see myself, if possible, to work in Corvus hotels.
Very good. I also see in your CV that your previous job was a front office supervisor. Can you provide me an example or a problem that you have faced with a guest, and how did you solve that problem?
Yes, there was a situation that we had overbooking case, and I was supervising. I was a supervisor, like mentioned, and a colleague of mine was making the check-ins. And later on at night, we knew that the next person that was going to enter in the hotel will be overbooking case. So we will have to allocate it in another hotel. And my colleague was slapped by the woman, and I had to interview and calm down the lady and explain to her we apologize for the situation and handle everything in the smoother way possible to not lose the clients and to calm down my colleague.
Very good. What do you know about our hotel and our brand?
First of all, the Curvus Group belongs to the Residor brand, and Residor is a group that I really like for its values, for its mission and goals, and that's the company that I really identify with. So that's why I'm applying, and that's why I'm here today.
And why this position?
Previously, I was working in front office, and I really like the contact with the guests, and like I said, I really like also the numbers. So it's a combination between these two worlds that I like to work with.
And what motivates you to apply to this position?
I'm like I said, I really like to work with people, and I really want to work in this area in the south of Spain. Spain is a wonderful country to work with, and you have a lot of nationalities here. And to learn a little bit Spanish, for me, that will be wonderful too.
Thank you. Can you give me an example? When you had to analyze data in order to come up with better solution, for example?
Yeah, of course. In my previous job, I was a front office supervisor, and I have to make the budget and analyze the data of each month, and to present them after to my supervisor and explain them how we were performing and give some solution how we can improve ourselves. So that's something that I'm used to do it, and well, it's part of the job.
Very good. Can you describe me which is your current experience analyzing data and also the budgeting?
Analysis of data. I'm like I mentioned. I'm used to analyze budgets, reports, and other statistic information. So I'm used to these kind of things and have no problem with them.
And which strategies would you use to present them?
Well, it depends to who I'm presenting them, but normally I use. I like to think that I'm presenting this information to persons that have no knowledge. So you create like tables of content or graphics, so you can explain everything in a clear and more proper way to everyone understand them.
Very well. Can you tell me also a problem that you had to face a lot of stress, and how did you solve and how did you manage to handle all of this stress by yourself?
There was a time that after Christmas and before New Year, we had a problem with staff because we didn't have enough staff and the hotel was full. So it was very stressful. We worked very, very hard during those days, but in the end we managed very well and we motivated each other very well, and the result was very positive.
Very good. Can you give me an example when you had to deal with several responsibilities?
Well, my daily basis is based on several and multitasking. We always have to work in several things, but if you want, the most very thing is when we are making a check-in or speaking with a guest and we have a phone ringing or other guests coming and handle several things at the same time.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions or any doubts?
Yes, I would like to know how are the conditions of my job and regarding the salary, how much is it?
So we provide this position and we provide a salary of 1,500 euros per month. You work 5 days per week, and after working one year with us, you will receive 4 extra weeks per holidays. You will also be able to provide and receive our benefits from our company, and also the meals that we provide to all of our employees.
Oh, very well, thank you. And regarding the interview, when are we going to have your answer?
So from now we are selecting and recruiting a lot of candidates, but in 2 weeks I will let you know, and I will give you the results and the answers of this interview. Okay?
Okay, very well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.